Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, regarding the decision, reading some of it. Furthermore, the case has highlighted the need for a serious discussion on whether there should be a nationwide reform with respect to considering tribes' views on these type of infrastructure projects. Therefore, this fall we will invite tribes to formal government-to-government consultations on two questions. One, within the existing statutory framework, what should the federal government do to better ensure meaningful tribal input into infrastructure-related reviews and decisions and the protection of tribal land resources and treaty rights? And two, should new legislation be proposed to the Congress to alter that statutory framework and promote those goals? And what I think is, on the second question, no, because anything that goes to Congress is going to have to wait until after the new Congress is seated, and because this is a lame duck administration. And anything that goes into Congress will be gridlocked for who knows how long. So they can make new legislation if they want, but I wouldn't consider that at all. Number one, however, within the existing statutory framework, they already have a number of laws already on the books that are supposed to protect all of the above. So this would be redundant and it would be a duplication. NAGPRA, which is the protection of sacred sites, and that includes burial grounds. It also overlaps into treaty rights and also deals with some of the treaty rights and some of the burial grounds also interact with the resources of the tribe. And so that is part of the existing statutory framework, and DAPL has completely ignored that. While I do applaud the decision for the administration to step in and the joint agreement therein, it's like a state of execution. So even though the existing law and framework that exists is supposed to protect tribes, and this falls directly on the shoulders of the Bureau of Indian Affairs, it hasn't. Therefore, the pipeline, even though they're asking for voluntary ceasing of operations and so forth, which I don't know if that will happen, I doubt it. They've already alerted the National Guard, and they've already laid a lot of the pipeline out. So, while it is a victory for about 5 seconds, it's almost a hollow victory, because the tribe still is hanging by a thread here, and I don't know how they're going to get out of it, because for me it would be an issue of dismantling the pipeline and to get something more concrete and solid. And in the meantime, we still have the outstanding issues of the DAPL's activity up to now with the dog attacks. They even have drones now that North Dakota has used that they have armed, the only state to do so.
Oh my God.
We have the attacks by the illegal dog company, Frost Kennels. We have the CEO, I can't remember his name, Warren something. We have Ohio, the state of Ohio. We have the state of Florida. Ohio, according to a follow-up after Democracy Now! Finally got on station, and TYT, actually we've been asking them for weeks, reveals that the dog people there and the dogs were not well trained and they weren't licensed. So those are crimes that are outstanding as we speak, yet none of that was addressed today. None of those items with the clear violations, the criminality, the inciting the riot, which is a federal law. You can't do that.
And the destruction of the burial grounds.
Not to mention the willful destruction and knowledge beforehand of the burial grounds by DAPL after they learned information from the hearing that took place, because they had challenged the idea that there was no evidence that there was burial grounds. Are you kidding me? The whole country is a burial ground. So at this point in time, I would say celebrate. At least you got to stay. But like Chairman Archambault says, there's a long ways to go, and we shouldn't, lose sight and lose our focus.